2026 is coming, and most people won't be ready for it. Not because the world will suddenly become cruel, but because it will stop carrying weak people forward. This is not motivation, this is reality. Every year, people say the same words. This year I'll change. This year I'll focus. This year I'll become disciplined. And every year ends the same way. Nothing changes. Same habits, same mindset, same life. The problem is not knowledge, the problem is execution. You already know what to do, you just don't do it. In 2026, this gap will destroy people because the world is moving faster. Competition is getting smarter, and excuses are losing value. Comfort is no longer neutral. Comfort is a disadvantage. People think comfort is rest. It's not. Comfort is slow decay. Look at daily life. People wake up tired even after sleeping. They reach for their phone before their thoughts. They consume before they create. They react before they think. Then they wonder why their life feels heavy. It feels heavy because they carry no discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It is structure. And structure creates freedom. People misunderstand self-help. They think it's about feeling motivated, feeling inspired, feeling confident. That's not self-help. That's emotional entertainment. Real self-help is uncomfortable. It asks you to change what you repeat, not what you understand. Understanding changes nothing. Repetition changes everything. What you repeat daily becomes your identity. Your identity then decides your future. In 2026, identity will matter more than talent. Talent without discipline will collapse. Motivation without systems will burn out. Confidence without habits will disappear. The only thing that lasts is structure. Your routine is your real personality, not what you say, not what you believe, what you do when no one is watching. Most people wait to feel ready. Ready never comes. Readiness is created after action, not before. Strong people act first, feel later. Weak people feel first, quit later. That is the difference. If you wait for motivation, you will always be behind. Motivation is unstable. It depends on mood, sleep, emotions. Discipline does not care how you feel. That's why discipline wins. In 2026, people who depend on feelings will struggle. People who depend on systems will dominate. A system is simple. Wake up at the same time. Work even when you don't feel like it. Train even when motivation is gone. Learn even when progress feels slow. Boring actions. Repeated daily. That's how powerful lives are built. Most people avoid boredom. They chase stimulation. Endless scrolling, endless content, endless noise. Noise kills focus. Focus builds results. You cannot build a strong mind in a distracted environment. Your environment trains you silently. If your environment rewards comfort, you will become weak without noticing. If your environment demands effort, you will grow without motivation. That is why discipline is quiet. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't post about itself. It just shows up, day after day, without emotion. This is where most people fail. They want change without silence, results without boredom, growth without sacrifice. In 2026, that mindset will be exposed because results don't lie. Life doesn't negotiate. You either become structured or you become replaceable. This is not fear. This is preparation. If you build discipline now, 2026 becomes leverage. If you delay, 2026 becomes pressure, and pressure breaks the unprepared. This is the line where people separate. Most people don't fail suddenly. They decay slowly. They lower standards quietly. Skip one day, then another. Then call it balance. Balance without discipline is just disguised weakness. In 2026, weakness will be expensive. Jobs will demand more. Businesses will expect speed. Opportunities will favor precision. Average effort will not be enough anymore. That's why discipline is not optional, it's survival. Discipline is choosing long-term respect over short-term comfort. It's doing the boring work before you feel like a serious person, because seriousness comes after action, not before. Most people wait to feel confident. Confidence is earned through repetition. You don't become confident by thinking. You become confident by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your mind learns one thing: you are not reliable. Do that long enough and you stop trusting yourself. That is the real reason people feel lost. Not because they lack purpose, but because they broke too many small promises. Discipline fixes that. It rebuilds self-trust. Small actions, done daily, without emotion. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you start. Stop negotiating with comfort. That's how identity changes. In 2026, identity will decide access. Access to better work, better people, better options. Weak identity closes doors. Strong identity attracts responsibility. And responsibility brings power. Most people avoid responsibility. They think it limits freedom. It doesn't. Responsibility gives direction. Direction gives momentum. Momentum gives confidence. That's how discipline compounds. No one sees it in the beginning. Everyone sees it in the end. That's why discipline looks boring early and impressive later. The problem is patience. Most people quit too early because results are silent at first. Silence is not failure. Silence is growth underground. In 2026, impatient people will feel stuck. Patient people will look lucky. Luck is just discipline that stayed long enough to be noticed. If you want a different future, you need a different standard. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Because delay is a decision. Every day you delay discipline, you choose pressure later. Every day you act, you buy freedom in advance. This channel exists for one reason: not to motivate you, not to entertain you, but to filter. If you want comfort, this is not for you. If you want clarity, structure, and control over your future, stay. Subscribe to keep your standards high. Like this video to lock this decision in your mind. Share it so you remember who you decided to become. 2026 will not wait. Prepared people won't panic. Unprepared people will complain. Choose now.